If you're a gamer who is sick and tired of looking in the mirror and not being happy with what you see, yet no matter what you do, you can't seem to get yourself to make a change, then this video is for you. In this video, I'm going to teach you how to get in shape the easy way, allowing you to transform your physical and mental health while still playing the games that you love. I'll go over how to exercise around your schedule, how you can lose or gain weight eating the foods that you enjoy, and how to do all of this even if you feel like it's impossible to get started. If you watch this video all the way through to the end and implement all the tips that I give you, I guarantee that your life will change for the better. The first thing that you need to do if you're truly interested in getting in shape is set yourself a goal. Now, this goal will be different for everyone. Maybe you just want to lose that extra 20 pounds that you're carrying around, or maybe you want to look like Baki Hanma. Whatever it is, you need to come up with a clear goal on where you want to be. This way, you have something you can build an action plan around and work towards. So take some time right now to think of it and then write it down. Once you have your goal figured out, it's time for you to make an action plan so you can get there. In order for you to make your action plan, you're going to need two things: an exercise routine that fits your schedule and your goals, as well as a nutrition plan that does the same. Now, depending on how intense your goals are, these will vary. However, regardless of what you want to achieve, there are some basic guidelines that you're gonna need to follow. In terms of exercise, you need to be weight training and doing cardiovascular work. If your goal is to simply lose weight, you can get away with training 3 days a week. However, if you want to look like a fitness model, you're gonna need to be training 5 to 6 days a week. I will put up some good example splits right now for you to choose from, given the goals that you have. Keep in mind, when training, you're gonna want to do 10 to 20 working sets per muscle group each week. And you're gonna wanna do 8 to 12 reps for each exercise. And as time goes on, you can go into the lower rep ranges like 6 to 8 for your heavier compound movements. Now, if all of this seems a little overwhelming, don't worry, because I'm gonna show you how to make exercise a lot easier later on in this video. When it comes to nutrition, there are only two things that you need to keep in mind. Number one, if you're trying to lose weight, you need to be eating in a calorie deficit. And number two, if you're trying to gain weight, you need to be eating in a calorie surplus. And there are two ways for you to go about this: intuitive eating and calorie counting. In this video, I'm gonna cover intuitive eating because it's the easiest way for you to get started. And if you're interested in calorie counting and getting a bit more serious with this, I'll cover that in a future video, so make sure that you subscribe so you don't miss it. When it comes to intuitive eating, if your goal is to lose weight, there are a few things that you need to do. First, you need to make sure that you're eating less than you are right now in terms of calories. However, this usually doesn't mean that you need to eat less food. In fact, it usually means that you need to eat more food, just less calorie food dense options. Some good rules for you to follow are: make 80% of your food intake things that will go bad if you left them out on the counter. Make sure that you're having a balance between protein, carbs, and veggies with each meal. Stop snacking in between meals, or at least cut the frequency of your snacking as you go along your journey. And lastly, try out time restricted eating. And there are two good ways for you to do this. This is a great way for you to decrease your total calorie intake for the day. In order to intermittent fast, you need to pick an 8-hour window of eating that fits your schedule and stick to it. That means if you pick 12 p.m. to 8 p.m., you need to start eating at 12 and end at 8 with no exceptions. The power of fasting comes from your body adapting to your eating window. Once it does, you will never be hungry before or after your eating times, and your body will become very good at sustaining energy throughout the day. However, if you are sporadic with your eating times, it's not gonna work. So if intermittent fasting doesn't fit you and your schedule, then don't try it. Instead, you can try the second option, which is to eat smaller meals spaced out throughout the day. So rather than having 3 big meals a day, try 5 to 6 small meals spaced out every 2 to 3 hours throughout the day. Now, if your goal is to put on weight, you can follow these exact steps, but instead of eating less than you have been, just eat a little more. Also, because you're a gamer, you probably don't want to spend countless hours cooking. So I would suggest that you pick 1 to 2 days throughout the week to cook all of your food in bulk. That way, all you need to do when you want to eat is take it out of the fridge, put it on a plate, heat it up, and you're good to go. All right, and now that you know every step you need to take in order to get started towards your goals, you need to actually be able to follow through with them. And this is where most gamers go wrong. Right now, your body and your mind are comfortable with the habits that you have formed. whatever they might be. So in order for you to get comfortable getting up and moving your body around while also eating cleaner, it's gonna take a lot of willpower. However, it's not as hard as you think. Just let me explain. Whenever you set out to start exercising and eating cleaner, there's most likely a little voice in your head that comes up with a million reasons on why you can't do it. Or you feel a lot of resistance and you just don't know why, leaving you in an endless cycle of never getting started. And this happens to everyone. Even the people you see in amazing shape right now had this problem when they started out. The only difference is they just started anyways. And I know, it's a lot easier said than done. But don't worry, because I'm gonna teach you how you can do it as well. Now, to get started, you don't wanna jump into some crazy routine and start working out at a gym and eating extremely clean day one. No, that's not it at all. If you are truly struggling with getting started, the first thing you need to do is make your goals small. So instead of saying you're gonna start exercising 3, 4, 5, even 6 days a week and eating nothing but chicken and rice, your first goal should either be an exercise-driven goal or a nutrition goal, not both. For example, it could be tomorrow, I'm gonna go for a 10-minute walk. And if you wanna start with nutrition, it could be tomorrow, I'm gonna cook a healthy breakfast, making your extremely daunting and difficult goal into something easy and achievable. This way, you can actually start to develop the habit and form some self-confidence in your ability to get started, instead of trying to dive headfirst into all these behavior changes and failing. You see, if you tell yourself you're gonna get started tomorrow and you don't, you lose self-confidence. And if you do this over and over again, subconsciously you begin to develop a belief about yourself that you can never get started and you never do the things that you say you're gonna do. And that's why whenever you go to start exercising or fix your eating, you get this feeling that comes over you, which stops you dead in your tracks. And most of the time, you don't even know why. It's because you believe that you can't do it. But by making your goal smaller, following through with it, and compounding this over time, you will begin to subconsciously identify as someone who does take care of their body and follows through with the things that you say you're gonna do, making all of this a lot easier. So make sure that you start out with a small goal for the first week. Then the following week, make the goal a bit bigger, but still achievable. And then the week after that, make it bigger again and start to build up the habit. Once you get your momentum going, you can begin to tackle both your exercise and your nutrition goals at the same time. And eventually, you'll be able to fully commit to whatever your end goal is, and also be able to stick to it, changing your life for the better. And this is the best way for you to get started with your health goals as a beginner. And if you are truly serious about reaching your health and fitness goals and would like some help along your journey, anyone who clicks the link in the description of this video will get 50% off my one-on-one exercise and nutrition coaching, which is guaranteed to help you get where you want to be. Much love, guys.